Yes, it's arrived. What's in the box? The box all the way from Australia. Wow. What have we got here? Let's find out. Here's a clue. It seems to be having a strange effect on metalware and cutlery. One could almost say it's having a Geller effect. And here's another one I bent earlier. What's in the box? So, what was in the box? Another box! But we are getting closer and it seems to be having a weird effect. The cutlery distorts, bends and snaps even more. This is getting crazy now. Things are just breaking. What's in the box? Yes! It's here from Australia, which is interesting because it was only apparently dispatched a few days ago. It's like it's been magically teleported here. Bend It Like Geller, celebrating the 50th anniversary of a genre by Ben Harris, published by VANISH Ink Magic. Let's get it out of the box, out of the bubble wrap and have a proper look. This has actually arrived here after literally just a couple of days. It's like it's teleported here. I thought I was going to have to wait 2 or 3 weeks, which is what the thing said, but it's here. Never have I been so excited to see a book as, well, since when I read the original The Magic of Uri Geller by James Randi, and then read GELLER'S Revealed by Ben Harris, and started including metal bending feats in my shows at a very early age, as illustrated at the links above or below this video. But here it is, a work of beauty. Let me show you that. It's huge. It's a massive, massive book. It's what they'd call a coffee table photographic book, and it's big, it's heavy, it's beautiful, it feels quality. There's the front. Let's have a look at the back. Again, it looks beautiful. Let's go in a little bit closer. Celebrating the 50th anniversary of a genre. Key bending, spoon bending and coin bending. The amazing world of metal bending has now been part of the magical and mystical landscape for over 50 years. The impact of Uri Geller's concept of psychic metal bending has been profound, permeating our culture across books, movies, music and art. Its influence continues to be felt to this day, providing us with the context needed for modern day performances of metal bending. Bend It Like Geller revisits Uri Geller's breakout performances with new detail and then documents how magicians cleverly replicated the effect over the ensuing decades. Learn the classic methods before exploring the evolution of technique and the subsequent use of gimmicks, then deep dive into the psychology of metal bending through the valuable observations of such leading performers as Pablo Amira, David Berglas, Richard Bush, Drew McAdam, Alan New, Richard Osterlin, Steve Shufton and Peter Turner. Behind the scenes insights into the leading characters, dozens of previously unpublished photographs, over 100 technical drawings, 8 amazing essays, genre map, bibliography. Grab a spoon and join us for the most comprehensive look at the metal bending genre ever published, VANISH Ink. And some pictures of those who are featured or shown inside the book. It looks amazing. And there it is. Thank you, Ben, for signing that. For Jonathan Royle, best wishes. Ben Harris, 2023. And how this magically got here in a matter of a few days itself is something of a miracle. Uri's comment on the last page of the book, it says, Uri says, Ben, I enjoyed your book and bouquets, but must declare shenanigans. I maintain implicitly that I use real powers and not trickery. As your intent does seem kind and good-spirited, I will not sue your skinny ass. Much love, Uri Geller, Old Jaffa, Israel, 2022. Absolutely fantastic. But in the past couple of days, ERUDITE Magic, who reviewed the book on YouTube, links will be above or below this video, got a message from Uri, which I'm going to just show you in a minute. And also Uri Geller has made comment on a video as well, which follows this. And then back to a book review.
Hey guys, I got a phone call yesterday with an exciting voicemail message, and I'm calling the number back. So I'm going to let the person on the other end of the line make their introduction. This is so incredibly exciting. Hello?
Hi everyone. So yes, I did call Jeff yesterday because I saw the video that he did for Bend It Like Geller, and I'm sure you recognize my voice. If you don't, this is Uri Geller. I want to tell you that the book is amazing. I have a copy signed by Ben Harris. Believe it or not, Ben Harris was an Australian magician 50 years ago, and he started debunking me. But hey, because I'm a nice guy, and because Ben Harris is a nice guy, we became friends. And so the book is an incredible tool to help you understand the psychology behind magic, behind mentalism, behind what I do. And I urge you to get it. And if ever you will come to Israel, to the Holy Land, I have a museum in Old Jaffa, I will be more than happy to sign it. Don't send me any books because I don't go to the post office anymore, but it'll be great to meet you all here. And good luck, and fantastic. If you buy this book, you are going to say 3 letters, W-O-W. You're going to say, wow, it's an amazing book.
Wow, thank you, Uri.
Hey, my dear friends, 50 years ago,
Catch, let's ask you, ladies and gentlemen, Uri Geller.
50 years ago, this show launched my career. 50 years ago, Ben Harris, a magician from Australia, tried to debunk me. 50 years later, he writes this amazing book, Bend It Like Geller. This is a tribute to all of you mentalists and magicians. I love you all. Thanks for creating my career. Mwah.
It's been very, very gentle.
230 pages of, frankly, what I would consider to be pure gold. And basically, whether you want to do coin bending, key bending, fork bending, spoon bending, or bending of any other metal objects, the simple fact of the matter is, if you want to understand psychology and how to use it in magic, psychology and how to use it for better mentalism, psychology and how to use it, in fact, with the power of suggestion for better hypnosis, then frankly, I would recommend unreservedly this book to every student of hypnosis, suggestion, mentalism, magic, and the mystery arts. Because as well as being lavishly illustrated, both with line diagrams and beautiful photographs throughout, this book is information packed with techniques of how to replicate the metal bending miracles of Uri Geller from different major names and colleagues in the industry, some of whom I'm proud and delighted to count as personal friends. And just look at it. It is a work of absolute art, as well as being the most information-packed book you could possibly find on metal bending and the true psychology and real magic of the Geller effect, so that you too can bend it like Geller. Before I give you a few more of my thoughts about the contents of this book, take a look at the official trailer from Vanishing Ink Magic.
On November 23rd, 1973, the landscape of mentalism changed forever when a young Israeli, Uri Geller, changed the game by taking a borrowed spoon and causing it to slowly bend, apparently with the power of his mind. Since that day, Geller has ardently claimed there's no trickery to what he does. But of course, magicians and mentalists have passionately recreated his effects. Until today, there hasn't been a complete review of how he turned a seemingly simple trick into a worldwide sensation. Ben Harris has followed Geller's story since that very day in 1973 and has since become close friends with Yuri. Besides Geller himself, there's nobody more qualified to tell us why this phenomenon captured the attention of the entire world. Bend It Like Geller is part history, part technique, and part review of why we should all be bending metal. It starts with explanations of original techniques devised in the 1970s to replicate Geller's demonstrations. Then we hear from mentalism legends such as David Berglas, Richard Osterland, Alain New, Peter Turner, Richard Bush, and many more. They all speak on Uri Geller, his presentations, and how you can improve and stage your own spoon bending. Ben then teaches several new techniques for bending forks, spoons, coins, and keys. It's a veritable treasure trove of metal bending history, psychology, and techniques from an all-star lineup of mentalists who are sharing some of their best work exclusively in this book. Get your copy today.
And now here is the author of the book, Ben Harris, giving you a little bit of a tour into Bend It Like Geller.
Hi, I'm Ben Harris, and this is my new book, Bend It Like Geller. Heavy, big. Warehouse manager at Vanishing Ink described it as beefy. 244 pages, and what we have here is the history of the metal bending genre. As created by Uri Geller, we look back over the last 50 years and document the methods, the controversy, the history, and discuss what makes metal bending such a profound effect to perform today, 50 years later. In addition, we have essays by 8 of the leading professionals in the field, from Pablo Amira, Richard Bush, David Berglas, Richard Osterland, Peter Turner, Drew McAdam, Alain New. They all contribute deep and meaningful insight into the genre. If you've ever wanted to learn metal bending, this is the book. It gathers all of the relevant material that's being separated by decades, published in magazines and books here and there. It's all gathered together, illustrated beautifully by Eva Elizalde from Mexico, published by Vanishing Ink, so you know it is a beautiful book. Grab it from your local dealer, Vanishing Ink or Wowbound. Thanks. Ciao.
One of the reasons I'm so enthusiastic about metal bending is because I saw Uri Geller on television at a very early age. I was about 5 years old in 1980, circa that time. And by 1985, when I turned 10 years of age, I was already bending spoons and forks in my magic shows. And indeed, by circa 1989, Psychic News, an international publication in England, had dubbed me the new Uri Geller, and Doris Stokes rolled into one. And circa 1990, Manchester Evening News, a British publication, dubbed me the new Uri Geller as well. And indeed, the picture you'll see very shortly, me in a blue jumper with bent cutlery, was from that Manchester Evening News article. At the links above or below this video, you can go to my tribute page about Uri Geller, where I also mentioned this wonderful book, Bend It Like Geller, and you can see videos of me bending nails, spoons, keys, forks, and a whole bunch of other things. But what I do want to show you right now is me just before Blackpool Magic Convention 2023, where I've just borrowed a coin, a 50p, British 50p coin, from an audience member. They sign it with a Sharpie marker to confirm it's definitely the same coin at all times. They hold it in their hand, and while this is my presentation of borrowing a coin, having it signed and having it bent in somebody's hands, Geller effect style, without the use of any of the usual magicians or mentalist gimmicks. This is something I teach on my Royal Road. No, it's taught on my latest thing, Royle Live in Blackpool, available from all major magic dealers. Anyway, take a look at this, then I'll be back with some comments about Bend It Like Geller. Yeah. Yeah, brilliant. Excellent. Your 50 pence. Thank you very much indeed. We're just going to, hang on, I need also a marker, if I can just give you that. And if you could just perhaps put some initials or something there.
Okay.
Just something so that you recognise it. And I'll just put, to make it totally unique. You'd recognise that again, yeah?
Okay.
Excellent, yeah, brilliant. In which case, we just close that. Are you right or left-handed?
I'm right-handed.
Right-handed, excellent. I'd just like you to close your hand around that, and as you do, as you squeeze it and put your arm out, close your eyes tightly. I'd like you to imagine, in a way that feels right for you, that it's almost as if you can start to feel an energy and a force coming from your head, your imagination, down to your shoulders, to your elbows, to your wrists. And as it does, in turn, it kind of makes your arm like a stiff iron bar. And the more you make that fist, the more every nerve fibre, tissue and muscle from your shoulders to your elbows, to your wrist, becomes stuck fast, tight, locked, glued, welded, cemented like an iron bar. And it gets stronger and stronger. Ooh, not quite there yet. Stronger and stronger. Imagine it getting stronger now like there's a stiff iron bar. Oh, that's much better. Getting stronger and stronger. Brilliant. And now continue using those same powers of intelligence, imagination and concentration effectively, and imagine a warmth or an energy moving from your mind like the sun's rays down your arm and into your hand. And when you know you can kind of imagine that in a way that feels right for you, just let us know that you've got that going on for you. Excellent. And you can just allow that to get warmer and warmer, almost hot. When you feel that it's kind of getting to that point that it's really, really supercharged with warmth, when and only when you feel that in a few moments' time, when you know it's ready for you, you've done it right, then you can just open your eyes and let us know that. And probably also open your hand so that the heat escapes and you don't burn yourself or anything like that. So can we just take that? Is that your signature, yeah? Definitely, yeah? I don't know if people can see, but somehow he's managed to transfer that energy there. That's bizarre. Look at that. Give him a huge round of applause. Thank you very much. I'll give you back your 50p in a minute. This... Short answer, if you want to learn how to make keys bend, this book covers it all. Basically, all you need is in this book about key bending. And yes, the same applies to spoons and forks. All you need to know is in this book. Buy it. What you're waiting for? Along the way, you'll learn the truth behind some of the controversy surrounding Uri's career as well. There's lots of historical lessons in this book and the evidence that shows Uri truly was the originator of psychic style, mind over metal, psychokinetic metal bending. Despite still insisting, as he does at the end of this book, that Uri makes metal bend with special powers, it's amazing how many friends such as David Berglas, Ben Harris himself, Drew McAdam, who is a journalist and magician, mental performer, how many magicians that Uri has become friendly with. It's an interesting observation. As well as amazing input from Ben Harris, the author himself, there's also input from Alan New, the Columbo of Magic and Mentalism, Richard Osterlind, Steve Shufton, who I also believe helped edit the book, British mentalism legend, my good friend Peter Turner, and of course it goes into things like spoons twisting, melting and snapping, how to make tines on forks bend as well as the forks themselves, coin bending methods, an examination of marketed gimmicks for bending metal and for metal bending effects, how to make tines on forks bend as well as the forks themselves. There's a picture of Uri Geller's museum in Old Jaffa, Israel, and as you saw earlier in this video, he said that anyone who physically visits Israel and goes to his museum for the tour can get their copy of Bend It Like Geller signed. The genre map at the back is both fascinating and a timeline of metal bending and its evolution through the 70s, 80s, 90s. There's a picture of the present time museum in Old Jaffa, Israel, background material. And then earlier in this video, he said that anyone who physically visits Israel and goes to his museum, the tour, can get their copy of Bend It Like Geller you can also look into to learn even more if you should wish to extend your studies. The truth is, though, this book genuinely is, as I say, all you would ever need to add metal bending of forks, keys, spoons, coins and other metal objects to your repertoire with the greatest of success. As Richard Osterline says and is quoted, the bent spoon is the perfect photo opportunity. It's a normal everyday object that's visibly melted or bent or snapped in their hands, whether it's a key, fork or spoon. It's something they'll remember forever when it's presented with the correct psychology, which is something that Bend It Like Geller examines. Now, no disrespect to things like the liquid metal fork bending routine by Morgan Strebler, but it does look a bit like visual acrobatics and very much a magic effect. As is quoted here, a single spoon with a single bend will create a very strong moment. From my experience, a single spoon or fork with a single bend is more impressive than multiple bends in the item, one after the other. This made me laugh out loud and nearly spit out my coffee. A quote from the essay that Peter Turner's contributed. The quote is, "Tell that dickhead he owes me a tray of cutlery." That's a quote about his nana and what she said about Uri Geller after her experiences seeing him on TV. It's a must-read chapter in the book. Richard Bush has a wonderful section in here, spoon bending as a therapeutic metaphor. And I have, in fact, in the past also talked about how spoon bending can be used by hypnotherapists using the power of hypnotic suggestion to help their clients. It's something I cover in my Manchester Mind Miracles training package. Details will be above or below this video. I mean, just take a little look at the contents. I'll scroll slowly down the pages so you can actually see on screen. There's a picture of Uri Geller's museum in Old Jaffa, Israel, and as you saw earlier in this video, he said that anyone who physically visits Israel and goes to his museum for the tour can get their copy of Bend It Like Geller signed. New techniques, unusual methods. It's just, basically, this is the encyclopedia, the Bible, of psychokinetic, metal bending, Uri Geller, psychic style, spoon, fork, key, coin bending, magic, mentalism, and miracle feats. It's perhaps no surprise to mention that Banachek's contribution and mentions in the book are worth a weight in gold as well. As a side note, check out Brian Brushwood's podcast, The World's Greatest Cons, the currently running podcast on Project Alpha, is something that everyone who buys this book should have a listen to as well. So there you have it. To sum up this review, 238, is it off the top of my head? Nearly 240 pages, large format, very heavy, very thick, photographs throughout, including many you'll have never seen before, illustrations by Everglade, perhaps pronounced his name wrong there, I apologise, but nonetheless, the bottom line is this book, there are no negatives about it except my arm is starting to get tired holding it. Even if you never intend to bend metal, if you just want to know about the psychology of magic, mentalism and what Uri Geller did and what you could do, then this is the essential book, and you'd be wise to order it today. Either a signed copy direct from the author, link above or below this video, or an unsigned copy from Vanishing Ink, or any major magic dealer I believe is also going to be stocking them. Basically, get it. It's the best investment you'll probably ever make into your magical career. Also, to see me, Alex William Smith, aka Jonathan Royle, bending, paper clips, nails, screws, coins, forks and spoons, and also talking about how Uri Geller was also a hypnotist in his early days, and a whole bunch of videos that you'll find really interesting. Check out the links above or below this video.